Well, my name is Jonas Gerard. I painting is just about the only thing that I know and that I live for. I started to paint when I was very young. I was born in Casablanca, Morocco. At the time it was French Morocco. And at the age of 8 or 9, I was given a set of oils and a set of watercolors, and I mixed them all up and made a lot of stuff that didn't work, and I was very confused, but I enjoyed painting. And then I realized you don't mix the watercolor and the oils, so I stuck with the oils. And it became a thing. Once my family found out that I could paint, I didn't know what to paint. I didn't know how to paint. So they gave me pictures. And I copied calendars and postcards and art photos and advertising. Anything that was already printed, I copied. I became a copier. As time went on, by the time I became a teenager, this was in New York City, went to Central Park and started to paint from nature, started to paint people, paint, and I'm still at it. I never went to art school. I did try. I went to a community college art school in New York City Community College in the art department, and they looked at my portfolio and they said, "You better do something else. Painting is not your thing." It was kind of discouraging, but I didn't believe it. So much for art school, right? Anyway, to make a long story short, I ended up studying engineering. Engineering didn't work for me. I got my degree, worked in the field, and made more money selling paintings in the streets of New York City in the evening than I did in the whole week worth work of drawing in an engineering business. And it was obvious painting is what I was meant to do. So here I am. The music became a very big part of my painting. It all started when, as I was in my early 20s, I noticed that stuff that I used to think about, all the stuff I went through, miserable childhood, difficulty adjusting to America, all the difficulties in not fitting into anything occupied my mind. And it was very hard to just keep flowing because those thoughts were so strong. So I decided to turn the radio on, listen to music, man. Listening to the music allowed me to just let go of all the mental crap and just paint. And it still is today. I'm much more selective, and I like a good rhythm, I like a good beat, I like rhythm that is sincere, that means that it's coming from the heart, the music that has essence in it. And it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's classical or rock and roll or various forms of, it doesn't matter. I like folk music, I enjoy world music, but it's a big part of mine. And it's become so big that I can't paint without music. As a matter of fact, it's the music that does the painting. I'm holding the brush, and the music says, "Put it over here." I say, "Okay." "Put some over there." I say, "All right." "How about some right here?" "Yes, yes, sir." And the music guides me. Of course, I know about composition and paint and all that stuff, and all my techniques, but the music is really a big part of my work. That's one of the things that I was hoping we'd be doing here, but it didn't turn out quite like that. We're going to be using recorded music, but live music is even better because the musicians are right there. They're just improvising with their saxophone and the guitar, and we're having a conversation. Their notes and my colors, before you know it, you could hear my colors and you could see their music, and we intermingle. I did this in a performance, actually many times in clubs, where we introduce dancers, modern dancers who improvise to the music, to the colors, and they look at the art and they respond in a certain way. Because I used to be a modern dancer, but I was into dancing, gestures, and allowing the body to express itself. So dancers, painters, like you say, musicians, what a great combination. And this is more like a happening, more a performance kind of a thing than just street painting. But that's rare. It's rare when you find the right artists that can communicate together. I tend to be much more genuine, much more authentic, much more real when I'm quote-unquote performing. I don't quite get why, but I think that there's an audience, which I don't have in my studio, but when I have an audience, I'm on the spot. I can't just, let my mind wander and start playing around decorating the painting. I know how to make a painting pretty, making a painting real, essential, full of vitality, takes guts. And when I'm being watched, I'm gonna push myself beyond my safe zone into an unsafe zone. And the unsafe zone creates accidents, creates discoveries that I would not otherwise find. Makes the painting surprisingly delightful. That's what I enjoy the most, taking myself to that unsafe place. And that happens best for me when people are watching me. I'm on the spot. The opposite of a performer who gets nervous, I get very free. Go figure. Well, first of all, I want to add that it's really wonderful to have this opportunity here in Dallas to do what I like to do best, to expose my work to this environment in this incredibly beautiful gallery, just about the best gallery I've ever exhibited in. Really, I mean, look at this place, it's incredible. And the opportunity to not only show my work, but to show people how I do it, what happens. I go into a little bit of a mad, I border on madness a little bit. I border on insanity. 50 years ago, I probably would have gotten a lobotomy for acting the way I do now. But it's that transcending my own limitations that produces the art that amazes me and everybody else. So in a way, I feel very grateful to be able to be a means for this creative energy that's coming through me onto the canvas, and it's an honor. I can't say that I can take the credit for it. I was born with this stuff. I didn't know what to do with it, so I'm doing the best I can with what I was given. It's like a mission, you might say. It's my duty. I was given this. I have to do it. I have to use it. I have to paint, and I'll paint till the very day I die. I know that. I hope that the last day of my life, I'll be finishing the brushstroke, sign my name, bye-bye. That'll be a good life.